All right, great. Siombo, I'm back again. This time round, I have the lovely Dr. Joyce Njoro, who happens to be our guest of honor for today. So, karibu.
Asante sana. It's my pleasure to be here.
Yes. Like a few minutes ago, we were discussing that you actually read the book in a couple, it's like a whole evening. How was the book for you?
I think when I started reading it, it was just unstoppable. And reading through the book, there were a lot of emotions. And I kind of was getting myself into the lives of these ladies and identifying with everything they were saying. So I finish one story, I go to the next, I go to the next, I go to the next. And I was just saying, wow. Yeah, so actually I read it in one evening and in the morning and I was done.
And I think that is the reaction that we expect our readers to actually get when they're reading our stories, because each and every person, you realize that there is a person behind
Yes.
this particular story.
Yeah.
And each story is very relatable.
Yeah, it's very relatable. And what I realize is that if I can relate to it, then the audience out there will.
Exactly.
Because these are things that they are spoken about, but in undertones. But then you never hear them in the big platforms.
Yes.
Yeah, but all women go through all the issues that were said. So what I really respected was the fact that they were willing to be vulnerable and very honest in sharing their stories.
Yes, that is very true.
Yeah.
As one of the authors, it was a very interesting experience to sit down and the team just kept asking, I need you to be more expound on this. And I'm like, do you really want us to go really this deep?
It's almost like therapy.
Yes. I'm like, am I writing down my therapy session right now? But also it's because I think as women, we are not used to speaking about our failures or what happens when we fall. And so what is your advice in regards to just reading the book and this experience now that you're gaining when it comes to bounce back?
I think one of the main things I take away is that we all have a voice, but most times our voice is never heard, and you're not willing to also share some of these issues. I know women share a lot when they are together, but then it ends there. But now this voice needs to go beyond our domestic or small groups and go to higher platforms, because these are the things that you'll find maybe almost 80% of the women go through. And this can also create a conversation around our policy, our strategies, leadership, and how to support women so that they can grow to their full potential, because that is really one of the things I hold very dear.
That is true.
So how do we support them when they are still having these struggles? Because we are creating a workplace which seems universal, but then there are those unique elements that we need to tweak so that it becomes a nice place for women to work.
That is true.
Yes, whether they are women who are in childbearing age, or also women who are struggling with whether it is imposter syndrome or fear. Instead of saying you're not performing, how do we support them so that they can get through this?
I agree. I agree. So there's so much that we're going to be doing this afternoon, and I'm so excited to it. But a lot of our viewers still do not know who Dr. Joyce is. So kindly tell us a bit about yourself.
That's a difficult question. Because, okay, I am, let me say that I've been privileged to be in leadership positions. And I've worked in Kenya, I've worked outside the country, and I've also worked in global platforms. And through this journey, I've had the opportunity to discover myself and know who I really am.
Yeah.
And also to go against a lot of stereotypes, because at one point I had to leave my family and be on my own, and then my children stayed with their father. And that is not, it wasn't easy. But then I got peace in knowing that whatever I'm doing has a bigger good, and there's a higher calling for me. And so, and I got a lot of support for that. Yeah, so what really makes my heart beat every day is the belief that we all have a lot of potential. And I've come to learn that we are only using about 10%.
Yeah, that is true.
So there's another 90%. So if we can help each other even just get to 50,
yeah,
we'll see another version of ourselves that is we don't even recognize.
That is true.
Yeah, so
And
that is really what I wake up every day to do.
That is fantastic.
Yes.
And that is true. We're going to be hearing more from Dr. Joyce later this afternoon, and I'm truly looking forward to it. Thank you so much for joining in on this quick one. I know I threw you under the bus for a bit.
Karibu sana and congratulations.
Alrighty, thank you.
I'm very proud of all of you ladies.
All right.
Yes.
Asante sana.
Haya.
Okay.